Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I feel like I haven't been in front of a camera for quite some time, which I haven't, but I really hope this video is not going to be a flop because I'm filming at 2 AM in the morning. So yeah, I have good reasons for that. Don't even ask. Don't even ask. So today we are doing actually two looks for the Valentine's Day. Yes, I renamed it. So today we are doing actually two looks for the Valentine's Day. One is going to be a soft version and the other one is going to be a glam version. And this video is going to be a voice through because I haven't done one of those for quite some time and I missed it. So let's start. Let's move on. Okay, so for the base I'm using the soft ochre from MAC as usual. And I'm going to apply it with my finger. For the inner corners of my eyes, I'm applying a bit of a concealer. And this is going to conceal, of course, the inner shadows. To set the whole thing, I'm using this powder. It's a loose powder from Maybelline. It's the Master Fix. Right, all set. For my lid eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Ciate eyeshadow in Daiquiri. This is a cream eyeshadow. It's like a mauvey, rosy, mauvey, taupey kind of color. And I'm using this Barbara Hoffman brush to apply it. It's so pretty, this eyeshadow, guys. I've used it the whole time I was back home in December in Romania. And you can sheer it out like I'm going to do now. And make it look really wearable, or you can make it glam, really glam, by patting it and applying one more layer. I bought this eyeshadow from TK Maxx. It's actually the TJ Maxx European version. It's called like this in Europe. And they have really cool makeup sometimes. I found they're quite interesting pieces, you know, makeup wise. Pat it with the finger and this is really lovely. For the crease eyeshadow, I'm going to use this one. It's the Inglot 341 eyeshadow. It's matte and it's a dusky, light dusky rose. I'm applying it with a Ziva brush. This is the 228 rose gold edition. So I always start with the outer corner. I do like circling motions and I'm going inwards doing the same motions. So it's going to be like a gradient. Here's going to be at the outer corner, the eyeshadow is going to be more intense, and going inwards, of course, not so much. Don't worry about the lid eyeshadow, we can put more afterwards. Yeah, so we definitely need to go back one more time with the lid eyeshadow, but I'm going to do that after I'm finished with the crease. This next eyeshadow is from Makeup Geek. It's the Tuscan Sun. And I'm taking for that a smaller brush. This is the 231 from Ziva as well. I'm kind of repeating the same steps, but I'm kind of concentrating a bit more the eyeshadow in the crease area. But I want this to be quite a soft look, so not too much drama, but I still want the crease to be more defined than the lid, so that's why this eyeshadow. One more layer of that and we're finished. Moving on, I'm applying next Makeup Geek's Cherry Cola eyeshadow, and this is an e.l.f. defining eye brush. With this eyeshadow I only want this outer corner to make to make it stand out. So I'm using patting motions, no harsh lines, just a bit of a more defining the outer corner. Okay, so we still need to put the lid eyeshadow back on, which I'm doing right now. I'm also using the fingers to pat this eyeshadow in. I'm taking once again the cherry cola and I'm redoing the outer corner so that it's no harsh lines between the eyeshadows. I'm now taking a black eye pencil. This one is a long-lasting one from Essence, and I'm just going to make the thinnest line possible at the roots of my lashes, top lashes. I'm not going in a flake with this, I'm stopping at the outer corner of my eye. Then I'm taking a black eyeshadow. This one is from Inglot. It's the 391 and a small details brush, and I'm going over that liner. I just want to smoke that line out and make it, well, smoky. Not very defined, not very graphic. Eyelash colors. Mascara, this one is from Ico. I'm applying it to the upper lashes at the moment. I really like this one. I love it, actually. Okay, so I'm going to leave the eyes for now because I'm moving on to the base. I'm applying my moisturizer, and this is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Ultra. And I've been loving this lately. I'm now applying a primer, and this one is the Maybelline Master Prime Pore Minimizing Primer, and the shade is 10. For foundation, I've chosen this one from Revlon. It's the Photo Ready Airbrush Effect, and the shade is Vanilla too. I'm applying it with a Morphe M439 brush for a change. I've been looking for another foundation brush. And let's see how this performs because it's the first time using it. Let's see on the other side. I have red spot right there and here, down my face, down my neck. And let's see how this covers, because with the Beauty Blender, this foundation looks amazing, flawless as well. I'm just a bit impressed by this brush. It's really soft and it's not a flat top, it's rounded, and I think I like that more. I'm patting where I need more coverage and I'm swiping where I think I don't need that much coverage. I've been using this foundation for the past 2 months, I think, constantly. And this is a medium to full coverage I would say. But I really like how it looks on the skin. You can sheer it out during the day if you don't want so much coverage. For bronze, I'm using a foundation. This one is from MAC and it's in NC30. I'm using a Real Techniques foundation brush to apply it where I normally apply it. I'm actually going to take a sponge to pat this in, to work this in. This is just going to give a hint of a color. I'm applying it here, here also, the jawline. It's going to make the jawline more defined, and also the sides of my nose, down my nose. Now concealer, this one is from L'Oreal. It's the Perfect Match in Ivory. I'm using the same sponge to work this in, but the other end, of course. Powder, the same one from the beginning. I'm going to set my under eye area with this only. And for the rest of my face, I'm using another one. This is the setting brush from Real Techniques. And now for the rest of my face, I'm using another powder. This one is from L'Oreal. It's the Perfect Match in the shade 4 Beige. I'm applying it with a Real Techniques powder brush. For my powder bronzer, I'm using a Ziva palette, and it's looking like this. And I'm applying that warm shade, that one. The brush is a Kiko brush, a face brush in 103. So I'm only going over the MAC foundation that I've applied as a bronzer. I just want to intensify that a bit more. I'm then taking the contour shade on a Bedelium Tools brush. This is the 945, and I'm just slightly chiseling underneath my cheeks, underneath the brow bone, the cheekbone, sorry. With the MAC 217, I'm also contouring my nose, and I'm mixing those two shades, the bronzing one and the contour one. I like to start where the eyebrow begins and lightly go the sides of my nose. But not all the way down, because I don't want to make my nose longer than it is. I just want to make it look a bit slimmer. You don't have to do this. This is just an extra step, but I'm going to do afterwards a really glam look, so I'm not going to redo my base. I'm just going to leave it as it is and build up on the eyes. For my contour, I'm using the shade from the Ziva palette, because why not? It's here. And I'm using the same Real Techniques setting brush to apply it. So on top of my cheeks, this is not very glowy, and it's quite yellowy. Okay, so the same here, just a bit, and I'm going to take another one to go over that. So the other one is an eyeshadow, which is my favorite one to apply as a highlighter, and it's from Art Deco in the shade 27. I'm applying it with the same Real Techniques brush, of course. Nice. This eyeshadow, guys, it's the perfect highlighter. It's only shimmery. It doesn't have any particles in it, glittery particles. So it's perfect for a highlighter. I'm applying it right here also, and here, underneath the eyebrows. And with a pencil brush, this one is also from Ziva, I'm applying it to the inner corners of my eyes, so the tear duct area. Now let's do the eyebrows really quick and put on some lashes. This one is a brow liner gel. It says from Inglet in the shade 19. It's looking like this, and I'm using a Ziva brush to apply it. It's the 312 detail liner brush. With this product you have to be really careful. You have to go with a light hand, because it's really intense, really pigmented. And now to set them, I'm using a L'Oreal Brow Plumper, and this is in the shade medium dark. I like to go a bit darker and stronger with my eyebrows, since I've got this ombre effect going on in my hair. But you do your eyebrows how you like to do them, and you should be fine. For blush, I'm using this one, the baked one from Deborah, and it's in the shade 61. I'm using here a Real Techniques blusher brush to apply it to the apples of my cheeks, and also swiping this upwards. Okay, so I'm looking all rosy and innocent at the moment, and if you wanted to stop here, do that, but I'm going to apply false lashes, and those are the House of Lashes in Fairy Mini. So those are the lashes on. I'm next going to apply the same Tuscan Sun from Makeup Geek underneath the eyes with the same e.l.f. brush. So I'm doing like a smoky effect underneath as well. One more time with the cherry color with the same brush. I'm keeping this eyeshadow tighter to the waterline. The Essence Eye pencil for the waterline, and also tight lining with this. And lastly, I'll take on this small details brush, the same black from Inglot, just to smoke that liner, that black liner underneath. I don't want to go too intense with this look because I'm going to do the next one more intense and more glam. For the lips, I'm going with a rosy nude shade. It's from Revolution Makeup. It's a Retro Luxe Matte Lip Kit. And it's looking like this. The liquid lipstick and the lip liner. Oh, and this is in the shade Rain. I don't think I've mentioned it. I'm going to overline my lips as usual, but just a bit, not too much. And finally, the last stop is a lip gloss from L'Oreal. It's in the shade Never Let Me Go. How sweet. Okay guys, so this is the final result. This is the first look I wanted to show you. It's very pretty and girly and Valentine's Day appropriate. I'm going to show you now how to transform this one into a very glam one, a more intense one, and maybe evening appropriate. Right, so I took the lipstick off my lips and I'm moving on with the eyes now. I'm going to build up on them with this eyeshadow. This one is from Art Deco and it's in the shade 582. I'm using the same e.l.f. brush, and with this I want to intensify the outer corner, and I also apply this to the inner corners of my eyes. Yeah, so this is the shade I wanted. I'm keeping the round shape, kind of the roundish shape I have going on, but I'm going a bit further outside the eye socket. I'm taking now this brush from Ziva, it's the 224, the Luxe Defined crease, and I'm smoothing out the edges. I'm taking on the back of my hand a bit of the concealer I've used previously, and a small Bedelium Tools brush. This is the 710, and I'm going to proceed and cut the crease. I'm going to show you what I mean. So by cutting the crease I meant something like this, not the whole crease, just the center part of it. On top of that I'm going to go with the same eyeshadow from Art Deco, the number 27. I've applied this previously as my highlighter. The brush I'm using for this is a Ziva 234 Luxe Smoky shader. Next I'm going in with the Tuscan Sun from the beginning, and I'm applying it right here where the edge is, where the two colors meet. This brush is a Sephora brush, by the way. I'm doing also patting motions with a small Barbara Hoffman brush and that black from Inglot. I'm going over the lower part of my eye. Now this is how it's looking, and I could intensify the look a bit more, but frankly I don't want to. This is enough for me. I'm now using the Kiko lip liner in 613 to line my lips, And on top of that, I'm going with a lipstick from Maybelline. The lipstick, this is in the shade 175 Pink Punch. To make it look more modern, you can take off a bit the lipstick with your finger. You can pat it on, so the edges are not going to be so pronounced. Okay guys, so there you have it, 2 looks in one video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and I'm going to catch you in my next tutorial. Bye!